A storm is coming. A storm to rewrite the history books. It is said that it will be a global catastrophe, beyond all of mankind's recognition. Never has the entire planet become engulfed by a blanket of thunder and rain in their lifetime. But everyone goes to plan their preparations to barricade their homes in hopes that the floods that do come won't wash their livelihoods away. Then it begins. The sound of rumbling in the skies vibrates the very surface below, feeling as if they were now inside the belly of a beast. As lightning lit the earth in its thunderous presence, showers came down like bullets from the heavens, forcing families to cower together in fear. It's the first time the world will be engulfed by darkness. For one night, each and every living person would hold on to dear life as the rains filled the lakes and rivers and oceans, forcing dams and reservoirs to overflow, bringing forth devastating floods through the small towns and even the big cities. No one and no thing would be invulnerable to nature's unnatural destruction in its wake. Everyone, everywhere, at the very same moment in time, would unite in fear together as they drown in unison. Or so, that must have happened, right? It felt real. So damn real that Colin, a rookie fast food worker, could remember every last breath he took in those icy cold waters before those very waters pulled him and everyone down around him into darkness. But I suppose it was all just a bad dream. What a way to start off the morning to a workday. He turned over to his girlfriend Danica, who seemed to be suffering a nightmare herself. He gently held her and gave her a kiss on the forehead, up until she jolted up into his arms, waking up in a sweat. He stares into her blue eyes and asks what haunted her, and she mutters how real her death felt, drowning in those icy waters before seeing him drown with her.
You had the same nightmare as I did? But never mind, you're safe now. I won't let anything happen to you, Danica.
It only took a minute or two for her to feel at home in his embrace, but with a gentle run of his fingers in her hair, he says,
I wish I could play hooky today. Just stay home right here. Spend time with you, Danica. But I just gotta head off to work now.
She curled up into the blankets and returned the kiss, the both of them returning I love yous, as Danica watched Colin hurry into his work outfit before he scuttled out of the door. Or he would have, if his phone had rung before he turned the knob to the front door. Colin pulls out his phone from his pocket and answers.
Yo, Colin, it's Lyle. You awake? I was gonna tell you about this wacky nightmare I had last night about me drowning. You and Danica were there too. It felt so damn real. But something else caught my attention instead. Get outside right now. You've got to see this.
What's going on here? Is everyone having the same dream today? Also, what's there to see? I'm about to leave the house right now to head into the restaurant so I can clock in. I'm at the restaurant right now, but everyone's outside looking at the sky. Even the customers have stepped to check it out. I can't believe what I'm seeing right now, bro. What the hell are you on? What's in the sky? See for yourself!
With the phone in hand, Colin opened the door and was almost blinded by the bright lights that overwhelmed him at first. But after taking it in for a minute, he opened his eyes and with mouth agape, Colin witnessed a sky painted with every color under the sun.
What am I seeing right now, Lyle? The sky. The sky.
That's right, bro. The sky is a rainbow. A freaking giant rainbow covering the whole damn planet. How freaking cool is that?
But how?
One night, he dreams of a storm. And the morning after, he is greeted by a rainbow enigma. No, not just a rainbow, but the entire atmosphere had become a full spectrum of all the colors of the rainbow and more. But little does he know that the dream he and apparently others have had was just the calm to a different kind of storm to come. Jumping into his green convertible, Colin began his morning commute to work, which wasn't that far to begin with. But glancing left and right, he slowly comes to realize that this phenomenon has caught the fascination of people on every corner. Eyes glued to the sky, amazed by the sheer beauty of this once-in-a-lifetime experience, but with unanswered questions to boot. Turning on the car radio, every station imaginable is talking about it. Some saying it's a biological attack using weaponized weather to scare us into another world war. Others are arguing that it is a man-made political invasion. And don't let me bring up all the miscellaneous radio hosts reporting on the conspiracy theories at hand, and how this planetary rainbow is the result of another 1000th rapture. But no matter the case, they were all but fluff, hidden behind unanswered questions that no one understood. Once he arrived at the workplace, he was blocked by traffic of stalled cars with their doors wide open, and around him were more people just stunned by the colorful sky, unable to wrap their heads around it. But not wanting to clock in too late, he pulled to the side of the road like the rest of everyone else and jumped out, hurrying into the restaurant.
Colin! There you are, bro! Hey, Lyle, hold on. Let me clock in first. No need to. Turns out the boss has canceled work for the day. No one's wanting to step inside or go through the drive-thru at all. So we're not making any business today even if we wanted to. Everyone's fixated on that sky. That damn rainbow sky. You should have told me so I didn't have to drive down here, dude.
The phenomenon has caught the eyes of the entire world. News stations are broadcasting the global-sized rainbow on every channel. Social media influencers were posing, dancing, and reporting this enigma to all their fans in the parking lot. Even some people piling up at the tallest skyscrapers in their cities, reaching out just to feel closer to something majestic, beautifully unexpected, unexplained, and truly alien sight to behold.
Hey dude, I was thinking about checking the sky out a lot closer on the Azure Tower rooftop. You want to join me? Anyone's trying to gain access up there right now. Nah, knock yourself out, man. I'm still trying to take this all in. Alright, suit yourself, bro.
The Azure Tower was the tallest building in their city. a modernized skyscraper painted in beautiful shades of blue. A helicopter pad at the top was being forcibly opened by the public, wanting to get as close to the rainbow as possible. Some even admitted to themselves that this was some cosmic sign from the man upstairs himself. Whatever the reason was, the sky was now in every color imaginable. Everything seemed to enhance in contrast, becoming bold and beautiful in broad daylight. As Colin watched his best friend jog over to the tower, along with a bunch of others racing towards the skyscraper, since the roads had been blocked by cars left idle. But deep in his gut, he felt something this majestic, felt somewhat unnecessarily ominous. And rightfully so, as then something stranger began to unfold. One of the many colors in the sky has begun to disappear, revealing the void of space behind his visage. But in return, as the color started to dissipate, anything remotely in that shade of color would vanish simultaneously.
Oh my God!
Colin gasped under his breath as he stood there. Those wearing the same color would find that their clothes were disappearing too. People frantically covered themselves with their hands, running amok, barely clothed through the streets. It seemed funny and hilarious at first, until another color from the sky began to fade away. Then another, and another, and another. But the worst has yet to come. Suddenly, from the end of the street came a panicked Danica, waving for Colin's attention while wearing a bathrobe.
Colin, something's going on. First I was in bed, and then the TV suddenly disappeared. Then our bed, and before I knew it, my clothes were gone too. I'm scared, Colin. Danica, it's okay. You didn't have to run over here, though. Something wasn't right in my gut. I just had to find you and make sure you were safe, Colin.
But then more colors began to fade out of existence, as Colin and Danica witnessed vehicles racing down the busy, cluttered streets, fading along with it, sending those bodies to be thrown along the highway at the same speed as they were once driving. What was left when several people made impact with one another were just smoking mushes of meat and bone on the asphalt. Everyone was now screaming at once, a unified tone of horror piercing the chaotic air. Trying to remain composure and vomiting, the chaos just wouldn't stop. The roads, sidewalks, and parking lots scattered with blood-stained, dismembered pieces of human debris smeared across each lane. Limbs, organs, heads continued to roll with frozen expressions of agony on their faces. What the hell is going on? Colin's phone suddenly rings, and he picks it up to answer. Lyle, is that you? Dude, I'm starting not to get the best feeling up here. Where the hell are you? I made it to the top of Asher Tower like I mentioned. I'm here with a bunch of other people, but I'm looking down to where you are and I see fire. I think I'm seeing blood too. What the hell is going on down there? At this point, I don't know if I should stay up here any longer. Get out of there, Lyle. Right now. Get out. Oh my God, Colin. The sky. Colin looks up and sees that the rainbow sky is now shredding away its shades of blue. And what else was blue? That's right. The Azure Tower. The very tower Lyle is held up at. You need to get out of there this instant, Lyle. Blue is disappearing. Get the fuck out. Colin,
I think it's too late.
And just as he feared, Lyle's phone cuts off as he watches the Azure Tower evaporate from its foundation, as if it was never there to begin with. Forced to watch his best friend in the distance fall along with dozens of others down to their death at the pavement below, painting the streets with red.
Oh no, Lyle! It's Lyle. Is he?
Danica stammers with chokiness behind her voice.
He can't be, right? This can't be happening. Why? Why is this happening? I don't know what to do. My God, Colin, the sky. Look at the sky again.
A plane leaving the nearby airstrip was glistening a royal blue, until the blue was no more, dismantling the plane midair as screaming bodies came raining from above, crashing to the ground below. The sounds of their bodies making impact sounded like 1,000 gunshots. Nothing left of them but smoldering piles of flesh. Even some brain matter spills over to their feet. Then a sharp scream echoes into his ear. Colin turns to Danica and sees her horror-struck. Her blue eyes now gone, leaving only gaping bloody sockets in their place.
Colin, I can't see! I can't see! What's going on? I'm blind! Oh, Danica!
He had no words. Nothing left to say would save this moment. He just held her close and hoped they could survive this catastrophe. At this point, every color in the sky quickly began to fade, one by one. People panicked blindly as they couldn't even tell what colors were disappearing next. Homes were gone, streets were gone, you name it. Nothing would be left once the rainbow in the sky has faded away. Then you can guess what happens next. All the skin tone colors from the sky would vanish, and in turn, those who are still alive had all their pigments skinned away, leaving behind their blood-red muscles exposed. Colin's eyes began to fade away as well once the color green was dissipating along with them. Everything was going dark. He could hear chaos, explosions, screams of death and dismay all around him. So he whispers into Danica's ear.
Hold my hands. We won't leave each other's side, okay? Even if we fade away together, nothing will tear us apart. Colin, I'm scared. I'm scared, Shh, Danica. I love...
And just like that, blinded and flesh burning, they held each other close while the world around them vanished. Everyone, everywhere, at the very same moment of time, together, erased in unison. No one left to understand why this rainbow enigma will forever haunt this silent grave of a planet. And then, once the last colors of the sky had gone dark, leaving behind the void of space in its place, everyone and everything was officially gone, permanently, without any trace of them ever existing, sending the planet back into a blank slate. This was no enigma. This was an apocalypse. One that no one will ever explain, nor will ever remember. No one left at all.